Hello you guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about how being an iPad kid is extremely harmful for the future. Obviously, as you know, because of the economy, because of how busy parents are nowadays, they just resort to shoving that iPad in the kid's face just so it stops crying and complaining. But I'm going to be going through the big disadvantages of doing this to your kid. So what exactly am I actually going to go through? Why are iPad kids everywhere? How does this affect children on an individual level and also on a global level? Since an entire generation is doing this, it's going to affect everyone. There's going to be different problems in the next generation and a different one in the next generation and so on and so forth. So let's just get straight into it. Very quickly, guys, I have a goal to reach 100k subscribers and 98% of you guys aren't subscribed. It would make my day if you guys could subscribe. Now, first of all, why are iPad kids everywhere? As I said in the beginning, in this extreme economy, an iPad is the easiest and cheapest way to keep your child occupied without having to worry about taking care of. Obviously, for the parents, it's a simple way, it's a simple method just for them, just so they don't get stressed out from the kid. But there's going to be consequences if you do that. If you're not attentive to your child, it's going to be major consequences, which I'm going to go through in the next slide. Nobody wants to touch grass anymore. Everyone is internet addicted since everyone is so isolated. Let's just say they didn't get an iPad and they went outside. They wouldn't even have anyone to talk to. Their parks are empty. No one's trying to go outside anymore. Everyone's just resorting to the internet, so they don't really have any choice but to join the internet as well anyways. Next up, how does this affect children on an individual level? Now, if you give your child an iPad since he's like 6 months old, his brain's going to be fried by the time he needs to go to school because all this constant stimulation means they won't be able to focus to save their life. No matter how hard they try to focus, they're just going to be distracted because they've been scrolling since day one. Most of us, we've been scrolling since we've been teenagers, but these kids have been scrolling since 1 year old. They scrolled before they could talk. How mad that is. And then because of all this scrolling as well and no touching grass, they're not going to have any social skills. In combination with not touching grass, they won't know how to interact with other humans. That's what I should say. So yeah, when they grow up, they're gonna be very awkward. They're not gonna know how to communicate properly. They're not gonna know how to go through relationships, this and that, friends, family, whoever, because they're just so used to typing on the screen, not used to actually talking to people face to face. And this problem is already started in for teenagers, and it's gonna get even worse as the generations go on. Next, how does this affect children on a global level? So, because a whole generation, this is an entire generation, it's gonna affect the world when they grow up. So the world's going to operate differently because of these iPad kids. First major issue is going to be ChatGPT doctors, and most careers are going to be through abusing the internet, abusing ChatGPT. It's not going to be through actual introspectiveness. Children will grow up over dependent on the internet, so they won't be able to think for themselves anymore. I've already been seeing lots of videos about this. You see a guy graduating, and on the laptop there's this ChatGPT, or how do I do these answers? So yeah, this is probably going to lead to either a ban, some sort of ban, some sort of like stricter regulations, or there's going to be lower expectations for careers. Or, worst case scenario, the robots just take over everything and we're on benefits for the rest of our lives. Second one is they're less intelligent. Children right now can't even read because of the internet. So the problem is going to worsen as iPad kids grow up. The children that are in kindergarten or preschool right now, they can't read. I've seen teachers on TikTok reporting, these children have the reading skill of a 5-year-old when they're 8 or 9 years old. So imagine the reading level in like 10 years. They're going to have the reading level of an infant when they're 15, something like that. So yeah, but hopefully something's going to change in the future, because usually it's not always fully negative. There's always some sort of like revolt to take action. So hopefully we're going to see something flip within the future. You guys, thank you very much for watching this video. I do appreciate you watching till the end. If you guys could like and subscribe, it will literally make my day. I do have a goal of 100,000 subscribers, and each and every day the uploads are going to get better and better. So I get more budgeting, more subscribers to fund the videos. So if you guys could subscribe, it would make my day. Thank you very much and take care.